Well, hi you guys. Welcome back to Suburban Homesteading with Jules. I am currently standing in our hen run. Today we're going to talk about chickens. A dear friend of mine in Lubbock messaged me last night. We were talking on Facebook, and she's seriously considering getting some chicks. So I thought I'd go ahead and put this video together. You can hear the girls in the background. The tarp over the top of the run is flapping in the breeze. I'm going to pause this, turn the view around, and show you what we're dealing with. All right, welcome to my hen run. This is my friend Caramel, and over here is Butterscotch, and they are IPA Browns. I've got a couple of, and pardon the mess, chickens are not neat creatures. I've got a couple of, where'd they go? Plymouth Rocks. The lighting in here is terrible. For that, I apologize. And this is Gemma and Tara, my sapphire gems. These girls all lay large to jumbo brown eggs in varying shades. I'm going to do a quick walk around to the hen house here so you can see kind of what we're dealing with. All right. This is basically their, not that you can really see, it's basically their living quarters and where they roost at night. Food, water. Down there we've got some oyster shells for them, for calcium. Over here, and this has doors that you can open and get in there and clean the hay out. We started using hay for their bedding rather than wood shavings, simply because it smells better and it seems to give better insulation in the wintertime. This on this side is our 3 nesting boxes. I come out here and find anywhere from 5 to 7 eggs every morning, and when we were cleaning out the hay earlier today, we found a rogue egg that was hiding under some of the hay. But you can see it's a real easy thing to get into and to secure. Over here, there's a hole that I actually fell in. I twisted my ankle this morning trying to get in here with the garbage can that we use to clean out the hay and the poop. But this is basically their dirt bath. Hens definitely need those. So we're going to come out here real quick to the outside of the run. I'm going to try and back up a little bit so that you can kind of see how long this sucker is. And it's pretty good sized. We built the coop first and then built the run around it. And as you can see, we have chicken wire that covers up and over to keep your flying predators out. And we even have, for your digging predators, I don't know how well you can see it, but we also affixed chicken wire, and then it goes to about right here. It goes about a foot out so that anything that wants to dig has to go through the chicken wire that's under the dirt and the grass. So that keeps your digging things out. The only thing we haven't figured out yet is how to keep chicken snakes out of the yard. So stand by, and I'm gonna flip the view here in a second, and then we'll talk a little bit more. Okay, so we're back. It's a beautiful day out here in eastern North Carolina. The sun is shining. This is the first day the wind hadn't been whipping since sometime last week. So my husband just informed me that our chicken wire that goes around the run actually goes 2 feet out, not just a foot. So I thought I better add that. As much as you can for extra protection for your girls. So when we first got started, we bought 6 little chicks at Tractor Supply for a little bit of nothing. They weren't really expensive at all, and they were really cute and fluffy, and they peep, peep, peep. And so we decided, we bought the coop, and it was set up to 6 chickens, so we said, okay, we'll get 6 chicks. Now, being the noob that I was, I just figured we could keep them in the bathtub or, you know, in a box in the bathroom. We have cats. you know, until we got the coop built and out they go. No, that is not a thing. You actually have to keep your little babies in a heated container called a brooder box, right? So we ended up pulling all of my crochet yarn out of one of our big plastic Rubbermaid containers, one of those big tubs, put some wood chips or wood shavings in there, set up their little baby food and water containers, put the heat lamp on it, and we were good. We kept monitoring the temperature. At the age that they were when we got them, they needed about 90 degrees constant heat for them to stay warm. And then each week that they matured, we could drop that heat a degree a week. So I want to say they were fully feathered by August. We brought them home in I want to say the middle of July, and then by the end of August, latter part of August, they were fully feathered and we were able to move them out to the hen run. Once the girls outgrew the Rubbermaid tub, we went out and got a metal trough, and we stuck that in my soap room, which is where we had the little Rubbermaid container with the heat lamp. They outgrew that quick, and then we ended up having to put screen and secure the screen over the top of the trough because those suckers were getting big and they were trying to fly out. So we secured the screen with a couple pieces of 2x4 on each end, and that's how we managed for, you know, the weeks after they outgrew the Rubbermaid box. So now I have a friend in East Texas who said, we never bothered with that. You went fancy. We just graduated cardboard boxes on the way up. And I honestly think that's the way to go. So if you get a lot of boxes in from Amazon or wherever you shop from, you can graduate the size of the box to accommodate the size of your chicks. So that was one thing we learned. Talk about absolutely no knowledge of chickens whatsoever. So we did that, got them out. The chicken run was put over grass, and as you could tell, there was no grass on the ground, just hay, dirt, and poop. Chickens will stand on anything they can jump up on. So as you could see earlier, my girls were all over, you know, the roof and the lid to their coop. In the winter, the hay kept them warm. We were looking into maybe a heated perch, but it only got really, really cold a couple of times. Again, we're out here in eastern North Carolina. Our winters aren't that brutal, and we could not find an available, reasonably priced heated perch for them. So we just made sure we kept extra hay in there, and they all lined up just nice and neat as you please on the perch in the coop, and they stayed warm. The summer months are a little more challenging for us because it does get really hot out, and chickens just, you can tell when they're heat stressed. They flap a lot, they might pant, they might stick their head in their water. Some of the things we did last summer when it was still really hot, when we moved them out there, we froze a Tupperware cube, big, you know, 6x6 bowl of water, put it in the freezer, let it freeze up, and then put it out for them. We took it out of the mold and put it in like a pie pan, and that was there for them to get, you know, stay cool. This year I'm thinking we might get a fan to put out there just to kind of keep, you know, the breeze blowing on them, because no matter how hot we get, if we got a breeze, we feel better instantly. So you got to kind of keep that, you know, in mind depending on your climate. We did put our coop and run on the back side of our outdoor building because it's mostly shade in the afternoons. Another thing with chicks, you can get them grower crumbles for baby chickens, and as they mature, you can get them laying crumbles, or you can get pellets. You want to keep an eye on the protein content. I think ours is running right around 16%. We're also feeding oyster shell. It's got calcium up the wazoo, and hens need calcium for their bones and for their the shell of the eggs, so that we don't have real weak shelled eggs. We did come out one day a couple months ago, right after they had first started laying, and we found it looked like an egg, but the shell wasn't developed. It was squishy and out it went. So yeah, so keep an eye on that. That was the first indication that it might be time to go ahead and really continue giving them enough oyster shell in a feeder that they can just, they'll go there. It's like they instinctively know they need calcium, so they'll go and they'll eat the oyster shells. Another thing is grit. Chickens need grit. So I mix grit in with our oyster shell, and we just feed it separately. And then they like treats. We use Flock Party. It's a combination of cracked corn and I think mealworms, and it's kind of disgusting, but it is what it is, so I just get over it and let them have it, and they really enjoy it. We have a little orange bowl that we feed them that, so when they see that orange bowl coming, they know Mom's bringing them something yummy to eat. So I think that's about the ins and outs of beginner, how to do your chickens. I'm going to put affiliate links in the description box below. One is to the book by O. Banks. It's called Raising Chickens for Beginners. And the other one is going to be for the actual run that we purchased from Amazon. They won't raise the price, and it supports me if you click and purchase through the affiliate link. Every little bit helps, being retired and not having a real regular job. We have to be really careful how we spend our money. So I think the money we spent on the chicken run and the coop and the girls, money well spent. Oh, and as an aside, unless you're charging a premium for your eggs, thinking, well, we'll buy a crap ton of hens so we can sell a crap ton of eggs, don't look at it as an income potential unless you're going to go full bore and you know that you have a market and buyers for them in your area. We've given away probably more eggs to family and friends than we've actually sold. In a month, we probably make enough to just fund the chicken feed. So, I mean, that helps. I'm not complaining, but it's not a really reliable income stream. And then you have to, too, look at the cost of the eggs locally that you can get in the supermarket. I know when we first got our chicks, the cost of eggs had gone up just exorbitantly. And I know right now, organic brown eggs are selling for $4+ a dozen. Now, ours aren't organic per se because we're not using organic food, but they aren't caged, so they're cage free. And the size of the eggs is just, we've gotten a couple double yolks also since we started cracking them. And oh, egg overages. We're going to do a video at one point soon, not today, but soon, about how to preserve your eggs for your winter months, or if you have an overage, and some recipes too. We'll talk about recipes that use eggs. I made a frittata last night that was absolutely to die for. So we'll visit that on another episode. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. I apologize in advance if my editing skills are terrible. I've never ever edited videos before, so I was lucky to get the first one up because I was just so frazzled, and a friend of mine helped me kind of get it figured out. So with that, I'm gonna sign off, and I hope y'all have a wonderful week. Happy spring, and hearts to my friends. And if you like this content, like and subscribe. Every little bit helps. It's been nice talking to you. We'll chat again soon. Have a good one. Bye.